I'm Michael Chapman, Digital Transformation Manager at BlueScope. Today, we're looking at what we're calling visual AI, where we're using our cameras to do smart things with the images and turn it into data that we can use in our control systems.
Here at the CPCM, we take the coals from the hot strip mill, clean them through a process section, trim them to the required width, and then reduce the thickness of the strip in the cold mill. That's then passed on to downstream units.
Visual AI gives us the opportunity to use our camera systems, and we've got over 800 of them across the works. So today at CPCM, we're looking at a fairly simple system where we're looking at the strip as it's moving through after it's been through the pickle bath, and we're trying to detect scale or watermark on the product before it goes through to the cold rolling mill.
So the system's looking primarily for anything where we haven't properly taken the scale off or we haven't actually done the pickling process correctly. So that's where we're looking for anything that's dark. So normally scale comes up as quite dark compared to nice shiny silvery steel colour, or anything, a lot of browns from if we've got rinse stains.
It's definitely important that we get things within the specs required, because otherwise will affect downstream processes and the customer.
So the cameras that we're looking at specifically are the ones on the side trim or pulpit, so they're behind the glass of the side trim or pulpit looking down onto the strip. The camera in the side trim or looper is the one that's looking up at the underside.
If we don't use a camera system, we're relying on people to be vigilant 24/7, hence we open ourselves up to chances where we can get scale through. The other advantage of a scale detection system is it becomes a quantitative process. By quantifying it, we'll be able to say it's right or it's wrong. So it's very clean cut.
To do the detection, we have a few examples of trained images we have to say that this is scale, and we've just been any time that we've had a scale event, we've been grabbing the feed from the cameras. We would save each frame that we think looks like a nice picture of whatever we're looking for, so whether it's scale or if it's a rinse stain, and then we would use that as our training images for the bad detection, and then just for good detection is whenever we have just running product as normal. The current stage of the project, it is currently in the HMI. They do have alarms sitting in the background, but they're currently set to lowest priority. They're not actually meant to be acted upon by the operator at this stage. They're more for us to work out, are we getting too many false detections? What sort of error rate are we getting? So we're mostly in the tuning phase now. The actual implementation of the system itself is there. It does send data. We do have that in the PLC and we can act upon it. Just currently we want to tune it to make sure we're not getting too many false positives.